All right, perfect. Hello, my name is Adriana. I use she and her pronouns, and I'm the high school program coordinator with Passion Impact. Over the last 2.5 months, we've been running a winter internship at Madison High School, and we've had 6 phenomenal interns come and do amazing work from projects and other information that you're going to learn about in this presentation. They're going to come highlight all of the work that they've done, things that stuck out to them, and just talk about their experience. So without further ado, I'm going to pass it to Faith, who's going to introduce the interns.
Let me share my screen. Hello, my name is Faith, and I'm in 11th grade. The other interns are Janice, Jory, Kevin, Stella, and Alina. And this internship is basically comprised of 3 different sections. We did projects, we did TED Talks and workshops, and the interns in this presentation are going to talk about those 3 different components. So I'll pass it off to Alina. And this is a picture that we took during one of our workshops.
Okay, can you guys hear me?
Yes.
Yes, okay. Hello, my name is Alina, and I was an intern with Passion Impact. And today I will be presenting a part of my experience in the internship and something that kind of stood out to me and impacted me, which was, sorry, I got the wrong note card, which was the TED Talks. And the TED Talk that I chose for today was Colorblind or Color Brave. And I'm just going to give a little summary of what this whole TED Talk was about and what I learned from it. So even though we live in an advanced society, it seems that race is still an uncomfortable topic for many people. However, Melody Hobson in her TED Talk, Colorblind or Color Brave, argues that the time has come to become comfortable with the uncomfortable conversation about race. So Hobson speaks about a concept of colorblindness and color braveness. And I will be speaking about the concept of color braveness and what I learned from it. Melody Hobson says, not because it is the right thing to do, but because it's the smart thing to do. Melody is referring to color brave. Color brave is a way to bring understanding to our world. Being color brave can bring a big impact into our society. It can change the way we do things now in businesses, school, research, and many other things. As Melody emphasizes this concept, she says something that I agreed with. She says that would be better with greater diversity. In other words, she believes that color braveness can make our society and world better. Faith, can you show the pictures?
Yeah.
Here are some images showing what color braveness is. And yes, that would be all for my part of the presentation, and I'll pass it to Janice.
Hello, I'm Janice, and I'm also an intern with Passion Impact, just like everyone else. Um, a thing that stood out to me the most in this internship was the TED Talks, and especially this one spoken by Simon Sinek, "How Great Leaders Inspire Actions." This TED Talk was about how inspiring leaders and companies succeeded, like Apple and Dell and the Wright brothers. Simon used the golden circle of what, how, and why, and in the bottom there's a photo of just how it looks like or how he draws it. And basically, the meaning of this is that a lot of organizations know what they do, some know how they do it, but very few know why. Um, a lot of them say it's for money, but that's really like a result or profit, but it should be more of a purpose or a cause. And a phrase that he mentioned a lot in his TED Talk was, "People buy why you do it, not what you do." And I really like this phrase because it really does make sense. Like a lot of us buy smartphones to like stay in contact with friends and family, use it for social media, FaceTime, play games. So as long as it works efficiently and doesn't break down and it doesn't break down as quickly, we don't care how it was built or how the program was functioned. So the why is really like the importance here. A phrase I also got from this was, we don't think about why we're doing this. We do it to make ourselves look good. And this also means a lot to me, and I'm pretty sure others too. Like if you see your peers and people around you like have this certain product that have this certain product, then you would want it too, like trends and shoes and new electronics, because nowadays there's so many like advanced technology that could be used for like everything. What I really took away from this was some questions that I could ask myself every day, like why I want it. Do I really need this? How will this benefit me? And so after watching this TED Talk, which was one of our first assignments in the internship, there was many times in this internship where I asked myself, why am I doing this? Yes, I get the credit and I get to put it on my resume, but now I really realize that I really like helping people, not necessarily a controlling, giving order leader, but someone that helps others when they need it, like helping towards leadership and small stuff that could be impactful to others. So thanks to this internship, I was able to obtain the experience of helping a lot of people out of my league, and I got to learn a lot more about myself and my growth. Thank you. And I'll pass it on to Faith.
So one of the things that stood out to me during this internship was the workshops, and specifically was the workshop about biases and stereotypes. And during this workshop, we learned about how certain stereotypes about groups of people can shape our biases, and we learned about the differences between implicit, which is unconscious, and explicit, which is conscious biases. And I really like this workshop because I got to share my opinions and my point of view about certain biases that I have and biases that have been people have used against me. And I loved listening to other interns' perspectives on this topic, and listening to other people's experiences is a great way to grow and to help evaluate your own biases and stereotypes that you have against other people. And it's always important to be more informed about biases and stereotypes because they can really affect people's lives deeply, especially people that are in minority groups and marginalized identities. So yeah, the workshops were very informative. All of them made an impact, and I've learned new things from every single one of them. But this one specifically was really hit close to home, and I learned a lot from this experience. And I'm really grateful for this internship for digging deep and not just doing other projects and assignments, but also doing workshops that can help us talk to other people and understand other perspectives. It was really, really helpful and informative. So I'm gonna pass it off to Kevin.
Workshop I did that interested me throughout the internship was soft versus hard skills. The main focus of this workshop was showing us the two different skills of hard and soft. For example, a soft skill would be talking and walking. A hard skill would be talking in front of others and drawing. It was showing us the beneficial of each because they're both unique and can help you. Not only that, it shows how important they are to your life and career. What I gained and learned from this was it helped me learn what type of skills I already have and how I can improve in them, especially the ones I have difficulty with, and how beneficial they are for me. Now I'll pass it to Jory.
Okay, yeah, I'm Jory. So my favorite part of the internship, which is actually an ongoing part of the internship we haven't fully completed yet, is one of the larger projects that we're assigned to do, and it's a larger scale volunteer event. So we decided as a group that we wanted to make our volunteer event about frontline workers and about giving back to them and saying thank you from the Madison Portland community, because they've spent a really long time, being away from their families and risking getting sick. And it's hard, and we want to let them know that we appreciate it. We decided that we were going to build gift bags filled with little everyday things that can make their lives easier and treats. So like chocolate and mask extenders that make it so that their masks don't rub into their ears, and just kind of fun things like that that would, make their work lives a little bit lighter. And in order to do that, we had to, there were some components that we had to kind of problem solve for. So we created a living budget sheet that if we edited one portion of it, it would compensate for the other portions. And so we'd be able to figure out how much money we needed, how much money we had, whether or not the money we already had could pay for like things like bags and gloves and, like COVID safety things, extra masks and stuff. And then we also had to figure out how to raise money for the rest of it that we needed to buy, which we're still currently doing. We started a C's Candy totally virtual online Passion Impact store. So people were able to just go to the link and buy it, and we'd receive a portion of the profit. So it was really easy to make it. But this kind of segues into my next thing, the advertising. I'd never really had to do a lot of advertising before, and it's much harder than you'd think it is to get people to be interested in what you're interested in and getting them to fundraise. And so we had to do a lot of like making different kinds of posters and reaching out and reminding people about fundraising and reminding them that the link's still there and posting it. And it was a lot more work than I thought it was going to be, just the advertising. But really what I learned from it was that I can help create a big project like this and follow through with it, and that, I can support other people in doing it. And it really just kind of boosted my self-confidence and my feelings of like competence, like and able to really just do a good job. So I'll pass it to Stella.
All right. Well, my name is Stella. I'm a sophomore and my pronouns are she, her. And I was an intern for Passion Impact. I'll be talking about the club we made together. So, as you all know, clubs are a great way to meet new people and make lifelong friends. They are also a great way to help your community, like doing some good in it. Passionate Impact's mission statement is, we act on the belief that each student deserves equitable access to resources to be their authentic selves within communities they share with one another. We do this by engaging with students to foster self-awareness, interpersonal understanding, and social justice through civic leadership. Well, the interns and I have acted on this belief and created a club in which to plan and organize micro-volunteering events to help others, including those outside and in our community. These micro-volunteering events could look like picking up litter at a park, starting awareness through presentations, and writing some letters and sending them to people that would like benefit from them, or something completely different. But honestly, those are only a few examples of what we will be doing and coming up with. But I know there will be a lot more. Additionally, I just know that it would be extremely fun to help others, especially with my friends. Our club will take place next semester. It will happen virtually for now. When we get back to regular school, we will be in a classroom creating posters and physically going places. Unfortunately, right now, though, obviously we can't do that. But COVID won't stop us from helping others. We'll start having meetings twice a month and start discussing how we will continue from there and what we will be doing. All in all, it took a lot of hard work putting together this club, but I'm very proud of what we accomplished together and how we accomplished it. I hope that, through our club, others will be able to experience the satisfaction of helping others, either be their first time or one of many. Thank you.
Thank you so much for coming to our presentation, and we hope you enjoy it.
All the claps and virtual snaps for our Madison interns. You all rocked it. It was great to see what you all thought of the internship from your own eyes and what you learned. What I want to do now is, if there's anyone in the audience that has any questions they want to ask or like dig deeper on anything that you heard with them, feel free to either you can throw your question in the chat and I can read it out loud, or you can unmute yourself and ask a question to the interns. All right, there's a question in the chat from Mary, and it says, in what ways will this internship benefit your future? So if there's like two of you all that feel drawn to answer this question, in what ways do you think this internship will benefit your future?
I could take this. I think, well, as a senior right now, this internship, I joined it because I wanted to experience the skills and what it would feel like doing a real life job, and I really gained a lot working with my other interns, but also it gave me a new experience to problem solve, how to work with others, and really made me better at communicating with like my coordinators and communicate with my group. I think it's very beneficial and will help me a lot when I go to college.
Thanks, Kevin. Snaps for that answer. Is there one more person that feels drawn to answer that?
Well, personally, I really enjoyed being able to work with other interns, and I really expanded my ability to lead and take any, like, really just voice my opinions on a lot of different topics and show my perspective on, volunteer events and my brainstorming ideas that I've came up with, and listening to other perspectives and ideas. It's been really helpful to hear all of those. And also with the workshop that we did on Wednesday with interview skills was really helpful because I could use a lot of those skills for future interviews and as well as essays for college and scholarships and stuff. It was really helpful.
Thank you, Faith. All right, we have another question in the chat. What are some of the activities that seemed harder to do because you had to work remotely? Was there anything that seemed easier?
I can answer that one. I'd say that actually the hardest part about doing this internship remotely was that it took us a long time to warm up to one another, and that made it difficult to kind of, like feel comfortable with voicing your ideas or telling someone that you thought maybe their idea wouldn't work, because, it's a lot easier to get to know each other when you can actually like interact. But we did, through like game days and checking questions and some like we did a movie night and stuff. Through that kind of a thing, we got to know each other better. And I think we really kicked it in the last couple of weeks and got a lot of work done because of it.
Awesome. Thank you, Jory. Does anyone else want to answer? Janice?
Yeah, I agree with Jory. It was a bit awkward in the beginning because we didn't, well, some of us knew each other, but like we didn't know everyone, and like we weren't comfortable with, well, at least I wasn't as comfortable as sharing my like thoughts and opinions. But like throughout the internship, I got to know everyone better, and everyone was really nice and kind. And I guess something that seems easier is that we're able to like make it to the meeting, like everyone's like able to be there rather than, because if this was in person, some people could have like ride situations or like doctor's appointments, stuff like that, that could like disturb or yeah, that could like make us not be able to meet together.
Thank you. All right, another question is, what is a moment or experience that you will miss from the internship?
I personally will really miss like the Wednesday meetings, the workshops, as well as like the other intern meetings we had for planning, because it was like a really good time to talk to other interns and like just really get all of our ideas out there and learn a lot of new things about different topics and different people. And it was just like a really great experience. Wednesdays, I always look forward to those.
Thank you, Faith. Does anyone else want to answer that question as well?
I can do. Yeah, I agree with Faith about just interacting with each other on the workshops or like the weekly meetings. But what I really enjoyed was the game days, because we not only do we get to interact with each other, but we also got to interact with the Franklin High School interns for Passion Impact, and it was always fun, and I really enjoyed it.
Yeah, thank you, Kevin. I really enjoyed going to game days with you all too, because like we said, it was really hard to kind of build a community all virtually, but the game days were kind of the first chance of like cracking shells and like just having fun and less seriousness. So I appreciate you all engaging with that. All right, we have another question. Have any of you shared your internship experience with your friends at school? And if so, what have their reactions been? Have you talked about Passion Impact with anyone at your school as well?
I talked to my friends when I told them, like, man, you're doing a lot, evening scholars, school, and an internship. Man, Kevin, your dedication. I'm like, because they gave me a lot of flack for not hanging out, playing basketball with them, but I want to get my stuff done so it could be easier for me when I'm older, like get work done so I have more time to hang out with them. Because I want to get like important stuff done. I want to get my priorities straight so I'm able. For me, I'm glad I got to do the internship because it gave me a very good experience. And this is true. I missed some moments where I got to hang out with my friends, but I'd rather do this because I got to learn a lot of skills and meet new people.
Yeah, Jory, did you want to answer that question too?
I was actually going to offer this question up to Stella or Alina because we've kind of been answering most of them, and I thought maybe they'd want to give their opinion.
Well, I told like my friends that I was doing like this internship, and they were kind of like surprised and proud of me. They were like, "Oh, you're actually like doing something other than, staying home." And yeah, that's pretty much it.
Yeah, I would also add to that. I've told my friends and my family about like fundraising, what I'm doing. I'm always telling them I'm in meetings, so I'm busy that day. So yeah, I guess like something that's like surprised my friends and my family was like the growth that I had. I had a growth like in leadership skills and also engaging more in my community. So yeah, it was like more of like a learning and growth experience that they saw in me.
Are there any other questions from our audience? Yes, Stefan.
A couple questions for y'all, and I'll keep it to a couple because I could go off. The first question is, what were you scared of before starting, and how did you overcome that? Or if you're continuing to overcome that, what are you doing to overcome that?
I guess I can start with that question. In the beginning, I didn't really have that much confidence in myself, especially like in leadership and having those like leadership skills where you lead, where you just fix problems or something like that, guide stuff. I think that was like something that I wasn't as sure and like confident in, but during this internship, I've learned to like grow in that area, which I really liked. And yeah, it really impacted me personally.
Um, oh,
You
I
can
was
go,
gonna
Janice.
say, for me, probably like public speaking, even though it's like on Zoom or Slack or whatever. But I guess I was still like nervous. But like slowly throughout these meetings and workshops and everything that we've done online, it has gotten me to like be more comfortable on speaking to my screen. So I think this internship has really helped me to be more confident in my words and learn to express like my feelings.
I think the showcase. I didn't know how it was gonna look like from that point, from the beginning to the end, but so far it's been good. It wasn't too like I'm not nervous speaking like on a computer screen. It's not too nervous for me, but just seeing my growth and seeing all the work we done as a group, that I really enjoyed, and I'm glad we were able to pull it off.
One thing was also what Janice said, like public speaking and stuff, was a little bit more nervous about that, and also like voicing my opinions and my perspectives was something that was a little more like harder for me before this internship. And this internship has really helped me like become more confident in those things and answer questions if like no one else would answer them, like those type of things, especially on Zoom. Also, like balancing like the work from the internship and my schoolwork. I was nervous about those two at first, but then I began to become a better planner and organizer, and I use my planner like every day. Like it's like filled with like 4 different colors of highlighters. It's like, yeah, I've been even a better planner because of this.
All right, I have my second question. Unless Jory and Stella, would you like to talk about what you're scared of? It's if you don't want to, that's cool too.
I usually try when I sign up for or apply to things, I try to go into them not focusing on what I'm worried about it, because I actually really enjoy public speaking and I like projects, and I'm someone who likes to make slideshows, and I'm one of those people. So I guess I was mostly worried about trying not to kind of block other people's ideas out, because I know that I am fine with voicing mine. And so I know Adriana and I talked about this a lot. And so I've kind of just tried to encourage other people a lot more to speak out. And I think that they have a lot of great ideas. And I'm really happy that everyone else feels a lot better with speaking out. That makes me feel like I haven't, didn't do a bad job. So yeah, I guess that'd be my answer.
I guess like what I was nervous about coming into like this internship is just meeting new people and being able to talk to them. But I guess like this internship has definitely helped me get better at that, because it forced me to do that. I feel like, yeah, it really helped with my leadership skills and helped me more with communication, especially during like this quarantine.
Thanks, y'all. All right, so my last question, we're gonna do a little round robin here. Faith, what does SOAR stand for?
Situation, obstacle, action, and results.
Kenneth? Janice,
Wait.
what does it stand for?
Oh,
Yeah.
sorry, I didn't hear you. Situation, obstacle, action, and result.
Stella?
Situation, obstacle, action, and result.
Alina?
Situation, obstacle, action, and result.
Jory?
Situation, obstacle, action, and result.
And Kevin?
Situation, obstacle, action, and result.
Y'all are awesome. Thank you.
Thanks, Stefan, for grilling them as their last question. Well, I just want to say I really appreciate everybody. Oh, there's one more question. Let's do that. This is a great last question. If everyone can go around and say one word that describes this internship. So say your word and then popcorn it to somebody else. Let's start with Stella. What's your word and then popcorn it?
I guess fun. I'll popcorn it to Kevin.
Exciting. Popcorn to Faith.
I think I would describe it as like interesting. Like there's always something new every week. So yeah. And I'll popcorn it to Jory.
Well, the first word that popped in my head was Scriblio, because that's a game we played a lot together. But then I guess I'd say bonding, because that, Scriblio helped us all bond. And Alina?
I guess I'll say, yeah. I guess I'll say growth.
And then Janice.
Oh, yeah, pass it, sorry.
Probably confidence.
Perfect. Well, thank you all so much. Let's do one more virtual claps and snaps for our Madison interns for finishing out their internship. I want to give some shout outs and thank yous to some folks. Erica Spencer, you've been helping us with our elective credit for the internship. So thank you with that. And also Heather Thompson and also Corey, who is not here. Just thank you to SummerWorks for helping put on this internship and walking us through this process. Really appreciate your help. Thank you everyone for coming. And I'm really excited to see what the students at Madison do in the next school year and beyond with what they've worked on so far. So thank you again for coming. We hope to see you all soon. Hope you have a fantastic weekend.
Way to go, y'all.
Bye.